You're looking for ways to make your full moon ritual more magical, more powerful, more individual to your own practice, then what about including some neroli essential oil? Adam, I know this is an oil you use lots for full moon. Tell us a bit about your practice.
I think it's a really powerful oil for the full moons, and it's one because it brings in an aspect that we maybe forget with our full moon work. Anyone who loves essential oils and different aspects of nature, I'm sure is dazzled like I am when that kind of golden orb or silvery orb kind of rises in the east and glides across the sky once a month. It's really a magical time. And it's been a bit of a tradition throughout the centuries of associating white flowers with the full moon. And any oil that comes from a white flower or a white flower plant is really powerful for your full moon work. Now, I've got a book coming out later in 2026 called Breathing with the Earth. And I've done a whole chapter on essential oils and full moon work. Now, I'm going to be honest, I love neroli, but my number one oil, and we'll discuss this at a later date, for the full moon work is jasmine. Jasmine is really good for carrying our desires and our wishes off to the gods and bringing things into fulfillment. But where does neroli come in? Well, first of all, it is a white flower, so it definitely belongs with our full moon work. But where I love it is often we think about whether we're looking at the law of attraction or whether we're looking at manifesting or healing. We are sitting there like a petulant child going, universe, gods, moon, I want, I want, I want. These are my wishes. But the universe doesn't home deliver. It meets you halfway. So this is where neroli is beautiful. Neroli has a long history of enticement. It is said that nymphs, and I've talked about this in other videos, would use the scent of neroli to beckon young men and women out of their bedchambers at night and into the forest for a night of pleasure and ecstasy. It has been scattered, neroli has been scattered on the bed of newlyweds to help the bride relax with her first night with her new husband. It is said ladies of the night would use it to seduce clients, and even Cleopatra used it to seduce Mark Antony as she anointed her sails of her boats with neroli and sailed up the Nile. So, what neroli helps us to do is it helps us to beckon us out of our comfort zone. Now, when we want to manifest something different, we must also shift our vibration. And neroli, in its relaxing manner, but also its enticing manner, goes, come on, if you want that new lover, you have to become the partner that that new lover would want. If you want a promotion, you need to be that employee who deserves that promotion. And it allows you to kind of go, okay, well, if the universe is doing its bit, what do I have to do to change to do my bit and meet the universe halfway? And when that might seem a little bit scary, neroli in its calming manner helps us to feel a bit more relaxed. It's stepping outside of our comfort zone and getting outside that box and doing what we need to do. So I'd suggest use your jasmine, put some jasmine on your hands and blow those wishes out to the universe, and then sit there with the neroli and even the morning after and go, okay, what do I have to do? What role do I play? Because it takes two to tango, you and the universe. And thus, jasmine and neroli work really well together.
I love that. I mean, I'm not sure that I have much to add to that. I completely agree with the whole thing. I think flowers for the full moon, absolutely right. I think that from every aspect of dreaming work, of what you are dreaming of, creating dreams, then Neroli is very, very good at doing it. It's very good at settling the mind into a position of saying, well, yes, this is baby steps. I could do this. This is not overwhelming to play my part in this. There are things that I can do to be able to engineer that situation. And really, what we're talking about here is the step. It's, that we are very carefully putting new ingredients in, and those new ingredients are parts of us, really. So it's not eye of newt, toad of frog, or whatever. It's dealing with that worry, dealing with that annoyance, dealing with that trigger so I don't go and keep blowing things up, dealing with being able to stay committed to that particular objective. And as you say, Neroli is very good at being able to illuminate that and say, okay, so look at yourself compassionately. and see which bits you think are easy to change and which bits are harder. And the ones that are hard are probably the ones that you need to do the work with. I agree entirely with everything that you said.
And very much, if we look at the lesson that comes from the actual tree, Neroli comes from the bitter orange tree. There is a blossom, and then following the blossom, it bears fruit. So, in order for us to bear fruit in our lives, we must work with the blossom to open up to that and to be ready for that as well. So, I'd encourage you to try it on your next full moon practice, depending on whether you want to manifest something or attract something. And make sure you check out our other videos on Neroli because we've explored these different things. But remember the comments down below. Have you found Neroli has helped you to manifest something? We'd love to know. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Take care and blessed be.
Bye bye.